Ever like slam that order now button and then wonder like, how does it even get to me so fast? Like 2-day shipping,
Right.
same day delivery. It's nuts, right? There's this whole world of logistics that we
Right.
never see, humming away behind the scenes. And you know me,
Yeah,
I always want to peek behind the curtain.
of course. Of course.
So we're doing a deep dive into that world today, specifically in Romania.
Exciting.
Yeah.
And to do that, what better place to look than Translogistica Romania 2024? It's a major, major industry event.
Okay.
Really a hub for all the latest trends, innovations in logistics.
So it's like a crystal ball, basically, for where the whole industry's headed.
Exactly.
Not just in Romania, but globally.
Absolutely.
Okay. And there was one company that stood out to me at the event this year, and that was Haptic R&D Consulting. They weren't just there, like, hanging out.
Right.
They were front and center as a media partner. What does that even mean?
That's a big deal. Being a media partner, it means that they're not just a participant, right? They're a recognized voice, a thought leader in the industry. It's about shaping the conversation, not just observing it.
So they're not just there to learn. They're there to give their own expert insights.
Yeah, to share their expertise. Absolutely.
Now, I know they're an R&D and consulting firm, but what does that mean, like, practically speaking, in the world of logistics?
Sure.
What do they actually do? So tell me more about Translogistica Romania 2024. What were some of the big discussion points?
Well, it just happened, actually. Yeah. It ran from October 24th to the 26th.
Wow, so recent.
Yeah, really recent, in Bucharest. And the main themes, I guess, were innovation, efficiency, and emerging trends that are shaping the future of logistics, which makes sense.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, those topics are always going to be relevant to a logistics event, right?
Yeah.
But what makes them so important in 2024?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like, why now?
These themes are always going to be relevant to logistics, but I think they've taken on a new urgency, especially in our sort of post-pandemic world, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've seen these major disruptions to the supply chain.
For sure.
Geopolitical kind of shifts that are impacting trade, and then just the continuing explosion of e-commerce. I mean, all of these factors mean that this industry, it has to adapt. It has to innovate just to survive.
It was like someone hit fast forward on the whole industry.
Exactly.
Consumers want stuff faster, cheaper than ever.
Faster, cheaper.
But the world is just like throwing all these curveballs at them.
Right, exactly. And that's where those themes that we talked about, the innovation, the efficiency, those are crucial, right? Companies are looking for ways to build more resilience into their supply chains, which basically means being able to anticipate and then adapt to those disruptions, right? Right. It could be anything from diversifying suppliers to using technology to track those shipments, maybe in real time.
Oh, wow.
Finding new routes to get goods where they need to go.
So it's like, it's not just about being reactive anymore, it's about being proactive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's fascinating. Now, I know that Haptic's CEO, Daniel Church, he was at the event, and I read that he was really focused on supply chain resilience, but then also digitalization and sustainable logistics all kind of together.
Yeah.
It's an interesting combination.
It makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because those three areas, they're all really deeply interconnected.
Okay.
Like if you're trying to build a more resilient supply chain, it means you have to embrace digital tools to give you that visibility, that agility.
So like real-time tracking.
Exactly. Real-time tracking of shipments, maybe using some predictive analytics to anticipate those disruptions.
Oh, wow.
Maybe even some automation to streamline your processes. It can really make a difference.
So digitalization is like the key to unlocking.
In a lot of ways.
That resilience.
It's a powerful tool.
Okay, that makes sense. But where does sustainability fit into all of this?
Well, sustainability, like, is that...
It's not even an option anymore, I think.
Really?
It's essential. It's a business imperative, I would even say.
Oh.
You know, when you think about it, consumers care more and more about the environment and about social impact, and they're making purchasing decisions based on that.
That's true.
Investors, too.
Interesting.
They're looking for businesses that have sustainable practices in place. And on top of that, you have regulations. A lot of regulations are becoming much stricter in many different parts of the world. And I think this is especially relevant in Romania.
Okay.
They're really aiming to be a key player in the European logistics market.
Wow.
They want to be a hub.
Okay.
And they know that to get there, to attract that international business, they have to be leaders in sustainable practices.
So for a company like Haptic, talking about all three of these things together, it's not just about,
Checking boxes, it's really about recognizing that they're all connected.
exactly. They're all pieces of the same puzzle.
And it's a puzzle that it sounds like
Yeah,
companies like Haptic can help solve.
that's exactly right. That's what they're there to do.
Okay, so we talked about the why, like why these trends are so important, but what about the how? What are we actually seeing? How are companies putting these ideas into practice?
One thing that really struck me at Translogistica was just how much emphasis there was on collaboration.
Okay.
Companies aren't trying to figure it all out on their own anymore. They're
Right.
looking for partners,
Yeah.
people who can bring different strengths to the table.
Makes sense?
And that's where, a company like Haptic, with their focus on R&D and consulting,
Right.
they can really shine.
And they were definitely doing some networking at this event.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that Haptic was engaging with some pretty big names like PCC Pallets, GFR Romania, MARS Garo Romania, even MOL Romania.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, that's like a who's who of the logistics world.
It really.
So tell me about these companies.
Sure.
What do they tell us about where the industry's headed?
Well, it's a great example, I think, of just how interconnected this whole logistics landscape really is, right?
Okay.
You've got PCC pallets, and they represent, the really essential but often overlooked world of pallet logistics.
Right.
I mean,
foundation.
pallets are the foundation, exactly.
Yeah,
So many goods are moved and stored on pallets. It's incredible.
it's true. Yeah.
And then you've got GFR Romania, and they're a freight forwarding company.
Okay.
So they're specialists in finding the most efficient
Yeah.
and cost-effective ways to move goods across borders internationally.
So they're like the travel agents of the cargo world.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
And then, of course, you've got MARS,
Right. The big one.
the global shipping giant. Exactly.
Yeah.
And their presence just, it highlights that maritime transport. It's
Yeah.
still the backbone of global trade. It's so important.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
And then finally, you've got MOL Romania, which is part of a multinational energy company.
Interesting.
And they really underscore how crucial energy and fuel are to the logistics sector, right? I mean,
It's the fuel that keeps it all moving.
exactly, literally.
Yeah.
It all depends on energy.
Okay, that's
So
fascinating.
you put all these pieces together,
Right.
and you can really see how Haptic is strategically positioning themselves
Yeah.
to connect with these major players
Right. Across all these different segments.
across the entire industry, yeah.
And I read that Haptic's CEO, Daniel Churtz, he said that innovation and strategic partnerships, those are the keys to navigating the future of logistics.
He's absolutely right.
What do you make of that statement?
Well, it tells me that Haptic, they're not interested in just, small incremental changes.
Right.
They're looking to disrupt. They want to reshape the industry.
Okay.
And they want to do it through collaboration.
So they're not just talking the talk. It sounds like they're walking the walk.
Yeah, they're out there making it happen.
Now, it's interesting to me because it's not just traditional logistics that they're involved in.
Right.
Their website mentions high-tech manufacturing, renewable energy.
Yeah, they're thinking bigger.
What's the connection there?
Well, it's all part of this bigger picture, what's known as Industry 4.0.
Okay, I've heard that term, but
It's a big one.
yeah, what does it actually mean?
Basically, it's like the next phase of the Industrial Revolution, right?
Okay.
It's all about integrating digital technologies,
Okay.
automation, data analytics
Right.
into every single aspect of manufacturing and logistics.
So it's not just about moving things from point A to point B anymore.
No, it's about optimizing those entire value chains
Yeah.
using technology and data.
Okay, so it's like way bigger than just, getting a package to your doorstep a little bit faster.
It's about the whole system. And Haptic, with their expertise in things like robotics, artificial intelligence, renewable energy,
Right.
they're poised to be major players in this Industry 4.0 revolution.
So they're kind of like building the future in a way.
They are. They really are.
Wow. That's incredible to think about.
It is, and it's exciting.
It really is. And it makes you think the next time you order something online and it arrives at your doorstep, like crazy fast,
Yeah,
there's this whole other world happening behind the scenes.
absolutely.
These innovative technologies,
Yeah.
these strategic partnerships, this commitment to sustainability.
It's all connected.
It's all connected, yeah.
It's the future of logistics.
And it's being built right now.
right now, as we speak.
That's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
Well, I've learned a lot today. This has been a fascinating deep dive.
Me too. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.